Guys, happy Star Wars Day, and in honor of Star Wars Day, I figured I'd talk about the new Star Wars movies, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Star Wars Battlefront. Now, we know at the end of the trailer of Star Wars Force Awakens, Han Solo says to Chewie, "We're home." Now, we don't know, he could be referring to the Millennium Falcon, or we could get to see where Han Solo grew up. I think personally it would be really cool to see where Han Solo originally grew up. And we have Luke Skywalker coming back, Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. And Luke is basically Yoda now, because I remember in episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, when Luke went to the Dagobah system and Yoda basically trained him to be the Jedi that he is now. And in the Return of the Jedi, Yoda actually died at 900 years old. And that was actually tragic the first time I saw it. So now basically Luke Skywalker is basically become Yoda and wise, and he's been a Jedi for a long time. I think I don't think if Luke does become a part of, because I know there's going to be a mixture. There's going to be Sith and Jedi and Imperial. So it's going to be all of it put together. So Sith, Jedi, Imperial, which I think is really cool. I looked at the we saw the new Stormtrooper armor. We saw the new cross lightsabers. I think it's kind of cool because in the original trilogy, the Stormtroopers had that armor where they got hit once and they died. So that armor didn't really protect them. So it kind of defeated the purposes of the Stormtroopers having armor. But I kind of, in the beginning I was like, no, I don't want Disney to take this over. Why? I think they're gonna do better with better than Lucas did on the prequels, because I mean, anything's better than Hayden Christensen. Um, and you know, I just I like I like the original trilogy, and having Mark Hamill come back as Luke Skywalker so many years later, and Harrison Ford as Han Solo, and blah blah blah. You know what, I think it's gonna be a good movie, and then we have Anthony Daniels and Kenny Baker, original R2, C3PO, Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca, um, but no, I think, with all the new Stormtrooper armor, all the new elements, the new planet that we're getting, Jakku. In the trailer, they show, that's the new planet they showed. They immediately at the beginning of the trailer they showed Jakku, and it was kind of a refresher, as opposed to seeing Tatooine or Dantooine. Um, I like the way Jakku looked. Um, and of course, if you pre-order Star Wars Battlefront, they're giving pre-order bonus. Um, they're giving Star Wars fans a chance, if you pre-order the game, to play the Battle of Jakku 1 month earlier before anyone else. So you'll get the DLC for free before anyone else. So if you pre-order the game before um, before the DLC gets released, that's before November 17th, you'll get the Battle of Jakku free, and you'll get to play it before anyone else. So that's pretty sweet. Um, Also, speaking of Star Wars Battlefront, we saw an in-game trailer, but no actual gameplay was shown. It was in footage. It was in-game footage trailer. Um, can I just say, the graphics look amazing. The graphics look amazing. I really hope that DICE does a good job, and I really hope that, they're not just saying, well, oh, we're going to give you, like, this ultra high 4K, trailer, and, they're saying, on the Twitter, on the Facebook, oh, no, yeah, the game's going to look exactly like the trailer looks, because we know even though it's in-game footage, that doesn't necessarily mean that the graphics are going to look like that. So I really hope that DICE isn't tricking us into thinking, oh yeah, no, this is the game. This is how the game's going to look, and then, Star Wars fans get their hands on it, and they're like, you guys are liars, because you said the game was going to look like this, and the game looks like this. So I really hope that the game looks like the trailer, exactly like the trailer. Um, and I'm actually, after this video, I'm gonna go watch the original trilogy myself. And I'm stoked for episode 7. I mean, as soon as I saw Harrison Ford and we're home, and Mark Hamill and Kenny Baker, and I literally cried, and I was like, I wasn't on board before, but I'm on board now. I was totally geeking out watching the trailer, which now I've watched about 1 billion times or more, and I'm excited. So with that, I'm gonna end the video and say Happy Star Wars Day, and may the 4th be with you.